I saw her bury him alive. It was a quiet evening, and the palace walls glowed under the fading sunlight. I was just a servant, sweeping the courtyard, when I heard the muffled cries. At first, I thought it was the wind. But then I saw Princess Adama, her hands digging into the red earth like a madwoman. She was no ordinary princess, she had a cruel streak no one dared to speak of. The cries were coming from the pit she was filling. I froze. My broom clattered to the ground. Adama turned, her dark eyes locking onto mine. Her face was calm, almost peaceful, as if she was planting flowers, not burying a man. "You saw nothing," she said in a voice colder than the harmattan wind. I nodded, but my legs wouldn't move. Adama straightened, her white robes stained with dirt. "Come closer," she ordered. I wanted to run, but fear held me in place. The man's voice grew weaker, his cries turning into faint whimpers. He had begged her for forgiveness earlier that day in the courtyard. A farmer accused of stealing yams from the royal garden. I had seen him kiss the ground, promising he hadn't done it. But Adama didn't care for truth. She only cared for her games. "Dig it up," she said, handing me the shovel. My hands shook as I took it. I couldn't breathe. My chest tightened as I knelt by the half-filled pit. The man's fingers poked through the soil, clawing at the air. I looked at Adama, hoping for mercy, but she only smiled. "You'll finish, or you'll join him," she said. I don't remember how I did it. My body moved on its own, scooping dirt onto the man's face as his muffled screams faded to silence. When it was over, Adama clapped her hands. "Good," she said. "Now, go clean yourself up." I stumbled back to the servants' quarters, shaking. That night, I couldn't sleep. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw his hands, his face, the dirt swallowing him whole. The next morning, Adama was laughing with her maidens, as if nothing had happened. No one spoke of the farmer again. But I knew the truth. I had buried it with my own hands. And every time I walk past the garden, I feel his eyes watching me from beneath the earth.